was it didn't load into OBS, and I forgot to try to troubleshoot it / get it in a different format. We're switched over.
All right. All right. Having been switched over, we will now officially call the meeting to order. It's about 8:12 p.m. So welcome to our September 2023 general member meeting. We have a few things to discuss, but if anyone's having any issues with the connection out there, let us know so we can try and help you, but otherwise we're going to proceed forward. First things first, let's talk about financial updates. So the membership is currently, well, net equal to where we were a month ago by way of losing 2 members but gaining 2 members, for a total of 107 members current. And that includes people who might have a family membership or have some other special arrangements. So not everyone in that will be paying exactly the same amount. There are a few in there who are paying $100. We really appreciate that. Thank you. And in general, we need more members because that is the lifeblood of our organization, both in terms of what is happening here or out there as far as projects that are under the FamiLAB banner, but also, to be blunt, it does help us have enough money to pay the rent and keep the laser running and keep the lights on. So if you know people who might be interested, if you are attending events where there might be people who don't know about this, who might benefit from this, please let them know about FamiLAB. Let them know that we are here and that we would like to have them. Let them know that we have open houses and other fun events on the calendar. And indeed, we do have some more events populating there. So if you are out there looking to see what's going on at FamiLAB, keep your eyes peeled because we do have some new things or recurring things coming back onto the calendar. So that's something to keep in mind. We want to shout out some donations that we had this past month because it's very helpful to us. We had a $100 donation for the laser. So thank you for that donation. We also had a $50 general donation, which is also much appreciated because, we love having the laser, but we also like having toilet paper and soap in the kitchen and stuff. So, it all comes together. And then we had a very generous donation of $498 for facilities and AC repair. So we had some issues with, I think it was the AC unit, the main AC unit for the building. And so that is now resolved. And so that was something that during the summer, if you were here during the day, it could get pretty hot in here. And so it's nice to have that resolved. We're hoping that will stay not an issue, especially as we go into the colder months when we maybe don't need it so much.
And there's $40 in donation box.
Yes.
So thank you to people putting money in the donation box.
Yes. Thank you as well to those of you who may have contributed to our box out front here on site. I don't know when the last time we actually counted all that out, but those go to the same general fund. So we do greatly appreciate all the generosity of all our members. So that is about it for the financial update that I want to provide. Before I move on to the next segment, are there any questions about that?
Thank you to everyone who donated.
So I'll reiterate what Brian just said in case anyone didn't catch it. Thank you again to everyone who donated. And with that, we'll move on to general updates. So again, we want to reiterate, pardon me, membership numbers. We really do need to get a bigger pool of members. It does help us keep things running in a number of ways, and it really is something that, a place like FamiLAB kind of lives and dies on having a vibrant culture. And I think we have a lot of cool people with cool ideas. And it's only better when we have more people like that we can bring in. Try to be creative where you can reach out. I went to an event called Nerd Night recently, and I gave a shout out in the talk that I gave. And so if you have a platform like that, if you stream perhaps, or just about anything, please reach out. Yes, Lily.
Adam raised their hand.
Adam,
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
yes, you have the mic.
I just wanted to say that for anybody that has like some kind of outreach, or if you have excuse me, if you have a workshop or something that you want to do and you don't feel entirely comfortable with it, please let me know and I can help join in with that and help get you going and kind of take off some of that uncomfortable side of it. I'm not great with people either, but so I know that feeling, but I would at least want to help just to, kind of push it along, because it seems like we still don't have a lot of workshops going and everything. That's the kind of stuff that'll help pull people in. I know some people show interest, but they might not be comfortable running it. So if you give me the information, I'll jump along and I'll help out. So feel free to reach out to me if you need any of that.
And if people did want to reach out to you, what is your Slack handle, Adam?
I believe it's AM Remington.
All right. So be on the lookout
Yep,
for
AM Remington.
AM Remington on the Slack if you have an idea. And I think it was you who did the recent Learn With Me event, right?
Yeah. I didn't realize I didn't realize it didn't make it to the calendar. I don't know if that, like, maybe I forgot to submit the form or what, but it was kind of funny because it seemed like there was a lot of people that wanted to learn the basics of welding, but then nobody showed. And then afterwards, I talked to a few people and like, oh crap, I didn't know what was going on. So I'm probably gonna do that one again. I still have a couple more of the kits for that little metal die that I welded. So yeah, I mean, and anytime anybody wants to, like I said, just reach out. If I'm able to, I can meet you at the lab and show you the basics then. But yeah, I plan on doing that one again because the welding's something I kind of want to get better at anyway. But there's other ones I plan on doing. One of which I was thinking of picture frames, for wood, like very basic wood picture frames. And then I can't think of a couple others right now. I got a lot of uh, medicine in me at this point. But yeah, so
Right on.
if anybody, like I said, if anybody needs any help, let me know. But yeah, I do plan on doing more of the work with me, or learn with me ones.
And I thank you for doing that one. It's unfortunate it didn't make it onto the calendar, but I think that is the kind of event that really I'd like to encourage if there are other people out there who know something about something but maybe don't feel like they're qualified to teach a college course on it. That's okay. You're still plenty experienced enough to host something. It doesn't have to be a formal class or any kind of class really. It can just be a learn with me kind of event. I think historically a lot of the biospace events have been like that, and so and probably others that I just don't know as much about because that's a space that I know a little bit more about. But you don't have to be a super expert on things to get something going. And I think really we do learn better together. So if there is something you want to learn, if you have the drive to get it started, if you have an interest, and we have the resources at the lab, I would strongly urge you to consider reach out to someone on the board and let us know like, hey, I'm interested in maybe doing learn, I don't know, cosplay basics with me, or
Let me ask you a question.
yes.
What if we've done a lot of workshops and classes over the years on a thing, learn with me to weld kind of thing. What if we even stepped it back even further and did stuff? Hi, turn up. And we did things like how to use a multimeter, how to operate a table saw safely. Like not a project-based thing, but a very simple tool thing that you could do in an hour. Like here's how you measure a capacitor. Like it's a kind of a theoretical question more than a examples question.
That's actually a good point. That's kind of why I did that, is because there was a bunch of people that I've talked to that specifically for welding, but other tools there too, is that they don't want to like start on it themselves because they're like me. I was afraid that I was gonna break the welder if I you know, started fooling around or maybe do something wrong and cause a problem, right? So shout out to Lily. She came in and showed me basically just how to set it up. And from there I could, you know, from there it's all YouTube videos to learn how to do it and, you know, picking the brains of other people. So that was kind of where I was getting at, is that we can help get people into like the starting point with these learn with me's, and then once they start doing it too, you're gonna learn together. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think those kind of ones are pretty
And-
good.
And to be clear, Adam, I really liked your little dice project thing. I thought it was really neat. A great idea.
Yeah, thank you. It turned out all right. And did you see the end result picture of it? Did I post it?
I haven't seen it yet, although I've been very busy the last couple days. So if you didn't post it, I might have missed it.
All right, I'll double check. If I haven't posted it in some of the rooms, I'll probably do that. I did do a video of it though on YouTube.
Yeah, I
Posted
saw
that.
the video. I have not watched it yet, though.
Nice.
So it got to me socially through the link, at least, to the video.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea. That's the other thing, is that when you do these projects, just try and, I mean, I don't expect everybody to do a whole video of it, but just take a few pictures, send it over to me, and it'll get on the website. It'll get, you know, on some of the social media, so
Yeah.
people will see it.
Absolutely, yes. Please,
I was gonna say, as soon as I figure out how to use the CNC that I just brought in, then we can probably do something with that. Unless someone already knows more about it, in which case.
I also think right now, as we post to socials, social media being, you know, Facebook and Twitter and that kind of thing, I think we're getting priority algorithm placement right now because we haven't posted in a while. And generally, when you haven't posted in a long time and you start posting a bunch, you tend to get priority placements because they're like, oh, this must be important because you haven't posted in a while. And so the algorithm kind of bumps you up a little bit. So it's just a thought.
well, I think you might be onto something with that, because the last open house we had last week had, you know, a pretty good attendance.
Yeah.
Say above average, and so so that is something.
The day several people couldn't show up.
I'm sorry. No, it's fine.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was trying to be there, and then just something came up last minute, and then I saw Lily had the bail too. I'm like, oh boy.
I had 106 degree fever.
It was
100, no, 100, 102, 102.
That's different. 106 is dying, 102 is uncomfortable.
102 is more than uncomfortable.
Unpleasant,
Yeah.
but, yeah, and I did it since 4 a.m. because I had to drive someone to the airport.
That's how it goes. But we, you know, people are still finding out about us, you know, in ways. I don't know exactly how. Maybe I should be asking everyone when they come here, how did you find us? But
You should, that's a
I-
question.
I've asked some, but not everyone. I haven't been disciplined. Nonetheless, that is.
It is a question on our membership application. How did you find us? I believe.
Sorry to sidebar everything.
I believe Lindsay has a question.
Not so much a question, but maybe when people come in to sign the waiver, that question could be added. So then there's like a paper trail.
A good point. I thought I had added it there, but
Matt's taking notes.
Paper notes for some
Good
reason.
note, Lindsay.
All right. Want to make sure we capture all the good ideas. So, all right. I think I kind of got off track of the agenda, so I'm going to just kind of go through it just to formally go through all the points. So all that was kind of on the point of we need to get membership numbers up. Just another thing to consider, the cost that we have every month has been going up a little bit more sometimes lately. And so that is something just to consider, that, you know, with rent, it does go up, and we've really done just about the best we can as far as cost reduction goes. You know, at this point, we'd have to, like make sacrifices, like slow down the internet a lot, or not have it, or not have power or something. Like most of the expenses we have are pretty critical at this point. So it'd be hard to find, significant enough savings, right? More than, tens of dollars when we need to be finding hundreds. And so, membership really is probably the best way if we can find the members, if we can get people, the kind of people who want to be here to find out that we are here. So that is about all we needed to say about membership.
And if people know of any giving funds or grants for that we could apply to, I know grants are like we have to follow. Like grants take work, not just to apply for, but to prove we did the right thing with the grant and use that money effectively. Let us know. We'll support however we can.
Yeah. And yes.
Two other things also, sometimes certain companies will offer matches for charitable donations. And so if you are paying your dues and you're paying $50 a month, that's technically a charitable donation. And you could maybe see if your company will match it, or maybe they have their own kind of giving program. We've had members in the past who had that sort of arrangement where they do X number of volunteer hours for the organization and they deliver X amount of dollars. It's kind of it's essentially a write-off for them, but it's kind of an incentive for the employee also to go and do something public service related, which is awesome.
Lindsay has raised her hand.
Yes, to kind of go off of what Mike was saying, I know from personal experience through Universal, they have a volunteer program when you record the hours you put in doing any volunteer stuff, including being on a board. At the end of the year, they cut a check to a nonprofit of your choice.
And
Well, we could use a seat warmer.
What?
Someone wants to be on the board and just warm a seat.
in our formal public meeting, I think this is a
Yeah.
funny joke,
It is a joke.
but talk to us. What was I gonna, one thing I want to just kind of mention, because I missed it during the donations, but I did see, and I'm drawing a blank on his real name, but DJ Chateau, Daniel, yes. He was streaming, and maybe other people are doing this as well. He was the person I happened to look on Twitch, but he was streaming and he had FamiLAB as the fundraising org that his subscriptions would be going to. So just want to give that a shout out, and anyone else that I might not have happened to have been watching when they were live. Every little bit helps, and just the spirit of the action also helps. It keeps the motivation high. I guess we've talked a little bit already about social media, but we want to give a shout out to Adam, who we just heard from a little while ago, who has been doing some posting to social media with some of the content that he and others have made recently. And so if you look on the FamiLAB.org website, there are some new posts, as well as on other socials, I believe. And so
At least Facebook.
he would like to see if members could send more pictures and info of the things they're working on. So if you do have a project ongoing, I believe Brian has already done this. Please, if you can, bear the thought of having your work shown like that, if you're proud and want to show off, definitely let Adam know, because we will give you the platform. We'd love to show it off and say, hey, look at this cool thing one of our members made. So that is, food for thought, because that can help everyone. And that is all that we needed to talk about as far as formal issues. So now we're entering the open discussion. So if there's anything that anyone wants to discuss, would like to bring up, questions, comments, concerns for the good of the group, now is the time for that, as well as show and tell. So I guess
Adam Remington has raised his hand.
I raised my hand.
Mike raised his hand first.
Yeah, but you've been talking a lot, Mike. And you were late.
Ouch. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the person that brought in the CNC machine. I think he's in there today.
yes, Mark, right?
Yeah. I plan on taking a look at that and playing with that. Have you messed with it at all or no?
I haven't had a chance to turn it on yet, but yeah, I brought some stuff. I was going to see if I can get it moving today.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
think it's big enough for me to build that bar topper thing
Oh,
that
yeah.
I'm thinking about.
Well, it's actually not much smaller than the big one we have. It's about half the size, so.
Yeah,
it'll
you'd be
do
big
a
enough for a
lot
bar
of stuff.
top.
Sweet.
Nice. That'll be real cool. Let me know how that goes so I can take a look at it.
Yeah,
He's built
I would
several and
add
might
that
have plans for
Easel
too.
software is
I don't know
free.
if they're
You can
used, but-
download it
Yeah.
for free, and that's the Xcarve, which is the machine that's made by Inventables. Easel's their software. Initially for the first month, you can get Easel Pro, and then we could probably look into see if they would give FamiLAB some kind of special discount on it. I've also looked at VCarve, and VCarve said that they do have like a makerspace
We
special
own
rate.
a VCarve license.
Okay, so there you go. So anybody can do.
Yeah, if VCarve works for it, VCarve
Yeah.
is pretty widely supported and easy to use.
Yeah, it's very user friendly to kind of get started.
So it looks,
That
it,
Easel is like that too. So I was gonna say, I'm actually
Yeah.
playing with VCarve
Oh,
right now
nice.
as we speak.
Yeah, it looks
I
like
don't know
easels.
what our license, like, I don't know where the VCarve license sits, but it's something we could dig up.
It's gotta be on one of the computers here.
Yeah.
I think the 5 computers here. and
It
then-
was on one of those back there. Whether it still is,
Yeah.
we own the license of, we
Yes.
bought the makerspace or were gifted, whatever the thing was.
So it'll probably have to get connected, something would have to get connected.
It's likely still on the Nook that was originally hooked up to that.
Yeah.
That.
Mock was hooked up to it, but it was also installed with VCarve, I think.
So that should be a nice toy to play with.
Um,
Anyone's welcome to use it that wants to use it.
And that, once again, that is a CNC wood router.
Yes.
Am I? Okay.
Yes.
So that is something, be on the lookout for, more info on that, if that's the kind of tool you might want to use for a project. I think woodworking would be the channel in Slack to keep an eye on.
Yep, and
because
wood
that-
CNC, I believe.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the one thing is it's probably gonna need its own stand because right now it's sitting on a table and I hate wasting.
Yeah.
space.
We could probably combine wood CNC and woodworking.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we should push wood CNC back into woodworking.
Okay.
I'm gonna transition a thing for you here. So speaking of big membership drives and big events and things like that, Maker Faire Orlando is coming up very soon.
Yes.
So I'm transitioning for you. And given the right setup and opportunity, we end up meeting many thousands of people there and have a potential to influence a lot of people to come see us who either haven't seen us a while, or have never heard of us. And so it's one of those really great places to recruit new members. Now, if you haven't been to one, it's really awesome. And Matt will probably tell you about it because it's the first event on the event list, the agenda.
Yes.
Is there anybody here who has not been to a Maker Faire? Put your hand up.
I am not.
Keep your hand up if you're a liar.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this is just my 2-cent feedback or whatever it's worth. I've always recognized FamiLab's presence there, but I've usually not gotten the impression that people were recruiting. I've gotten more of a like, here's what we're doing, and not so much like, hey, you should come and join us.
I think it's just a changing our message a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's all it is.
Yeah, and
You
I
get
know
numbers.
the last 2 years it's been, we haven't really had a presence, and before that we helped run the Learn to Solder, which kind of split our focus.
Yeah.
And having a dedicated, here's what you could do at FamiLAB, not a here's what we're doing, here's what you could do.
Yeah, and Lily and I are among the people, there are others here as well, who put a lot of effort into Maker Faire that do not allow us necessarily to put a lot of effort into FamiLAB at Maker Faire. Because we're running some of the larger events, we're helping significantly, and so our time is extremely limited come this next month, going into November.
Yes. So thank you for bringing that up, Mike, because I don't think I would have stated it quite as eloquently. But we do have Maker Faire coming up. And if you think November is far away,
It's not.
it really isn't.
As
far
an
at all.
accounting professional,
It's
no,
6
it's
weekends.
not. Adam Remington has also been
See,
putting
transition.
together, what?
Transition.
Adam Remington has been putting together starting to put together plans for that. Thank you, Adam, for taking lead on that. And that does lead us into the upcoming events, even though we're skipping show and tell, apparently.
Does anyone have anything for show and tell? 'Cause
I do.
Well,
Lindsay has raised her hand.
I got transitioned. Sorry.
I kind of also have something for show and tell, even though it's not traditional computer maker fair stuff or maker stuff.
Oh no.
So
Digitally?
a little bit, because for those who don't know me, I've been with the lab for approximately 10 years, but I'm more on the arts and crafts side than the computer side, more hands-on than digital. So I had to learn how to use my very generic Pages application on my laptop to make a flyer for an event that I, for some reason, decided to torture myself with in producing for another nonprofit. So that's what I've been up to, and I've been making is herding cats and creating this event that is this weekend for anyone who is interested in Celtic stuff.
In full festival.
Yes, we did learn the hard way that by putting the name festival in the name gives people the idea of like vendors and stuff, which is our goal for next year. This year it's more like a fun concert with friends in a enclosed environment with inexpensive adult beverages and raffles. Uh, so that's my show and tell. I don't get to do very many of them. So thanks for the floor.
That's
That's
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, look, they're animated. This is, wow.
Yeah, I've been noticing that it's distracting. Like, look, it can.
Awesome.
I never noticed that the little symbols were animated.
Ooh, jingling keys.
Wow.
I'm really for it hard.
Wow. Laughing emoji. And a crying emoji. Brian, you had show and tell.
Yes.
No,
I thought you did.
no,
Oh.
I will before Maker Fair, but not yet.
So
Soon.
Brian has a work in
Mine's
progress,
heavy.
and keep your eyes peeled.
It's not a work in progress yet. The parts arrive on Thursday, maybe.
It's an ordered in progress.
Put this
Work
down.
in theory.
Yes, work in theory is a good way to put it.
One of the robots for Maker Fair. Fighting robot.
What
Go.
weight class is that one?
30 pounds.
That's a heck of a robot, 30 pounds.
It goes spin.
Is it aluminum body and then a steel weapon?
It is mostly aluminum body. It was done without CAD, so it's made with aluminum C-channel. You can see this side better, and just aluminum plate.
Is that the C channel they always have in Skycraft, which is it's been there for a long time?
I don't know. It's C-channel that used to be a vacuum forming machine.
Nice. That's awesome. That
That's-
looks significant.
That's one of the ones I'm building, and then Mark dropped off a hoverboard.
Oh yeah. I told you she would take it apart.
I knew it.
So, If anyone has ever wondered what is on the inside of a hoverboard, this is it. It's very simple. That's my show and tell. Until next month when I have everything else
Nice.
done.
Are you gonna build a copy of Hertz robot?
No.
Okay.
I am going to put batteries in it and controllers in it, and that's about it.
Exciting.
It's just gonna be fast and dumb.
If you put really big wheels on it, you could copy huge. You
It's already got
huge
wheels.
many. Big wheels.
It's already got wheels.
Big wheels.
Yes, but those are freewheels.
That's true.
Yeah, like this frame's already done. Like, look, it's a robot. I just have to like put some other metal on it.
Or not. It might be really exciting when it catches fire.
I started, but it's in the back there, to tear down a paper shredder to make it into a plastic shredder. So,
I need to show you a video. Speaking of plastic shredding. Okay. Sorry.
All right, so I'm hearing some really cool sounding works in progress or in theory or in somewhere. So keep up the good work. Mike, did you have anything to say about the lighting system that you were not yet? All right.
No.
Never mind my last comment.
And next month I'll be in Germany, so I'll send some pictures.
with beer.
Maybe.
Enjoy.
It's October,
All right.
Oktoberfest. You need to be in Munich, haven't you?
Oktoberfest is not in October.
If,
Come.
if I may,
Children, focus.
it's in the OG October. Anyway,
No.
open discussion. Unless anyone has anything else for the good of the group, I think we might move on to events and member introductions. All right, going once, going twice. All right, we're going to events. All right, so as was mentioned, Maker Faire is coming up sooner than you think. It is early November.
4th and 5th.
4th and 5th, so very early November, first weekend. And really, if you're going to be presenting something there, if you have a project, you want to be ready to like maybe load it in before the actual days of, unless you want to get there very, very early.
And if you haven't yet registered with Maker Faire and you want to show something, please register with Maker Faire. They are finishing space planning, and you also want to say that you're with FamiLAB and we can all be together. But that's being done. So I'm just letting you know it's one of those things that is moving very quickly on their end. They're having 1 to 2 meetings a week now to move things forward.
How do we, I guess the FamiLAB table volunteer sheet is going to appear soon. Is that correct?
It can.
Adam, since you were heading that up?
Yeah. Do we have one already, or should I make one?
Probably make one.
Yeah, just like a Google form or something.
Yeah, I was. I don't know why my brain went blank and couldn't think of an idea of how to do that. A sign-up sheet would make sense.
Yep, that way we can get people signed up to run the table. It's probably best if you break it into like 4-hour blocks or morning afternoon blocks and try and have at least 2 people at the table at all times. And then we can let Maker Faire know how many badges we need.
And if you have an exhibit that you're showing off and you're adjacent to FamiLAB, sometimes we can share people.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what I was planning. I have a few scouts with me.
That's cool. Yeah.
And if you are interested in this kind of discussion, we do actually have an event coming up as well for Maker Faire Prep on the 30th of this month. So that's also not too far away. So that's what, not even 2 weeks away.
Hey, when you do that event, is it possible to set it up so we can attend virtually as well in case we're able to make it in person?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. We're definitely going to do that because not getting a whole lot of people there, but then I get people asking me later about how they could help. Like Mari, I think, is going to be working on the flyer. I'm going to touch base with her again, see if she's got anything put together yet. Hopefully, we can get a flyer printed and something to hand out. Yeah, but there's I'm not going to go through all the stuff we need to do, but yeah, we can do that, and also I always update the Slack room. So
Cool. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you for all that you do. Then next event after that. So Maker Faire Prep, September 30th, 7 p.m. The next one after that will be an Open Meetup Linux user group on October 4th, also at 7 p.m. Then we will have our next open house on October 10th at 8 p.m. There will be a board meeting the day before that on October 9th, also at 8 p.m. The next general member meeting, like this one, will be the 17th of October, again at 8 p.m. And then the Inventors Council of Central Florida will be meeting here on the 7th and 21st of October at 1 p.m. And just a reminder, every Tuesday is a social night, if not a meeting. And so we do encourage you, if you just want to see your fellow labbies out on site. It tends to be one of the more popular evenings, especially during the week that people come out. So if you were thinking of coming out and you weren't sure when to do it to see other people, that would be the time. So we hope you will have a chance to join us.
And having that consistent, even outside of our normal open house, it gives people who are interested in FamiLAB a set day that they can come and know people are here, so they can check out the space and get to know the other members.
Yeah, and that is good to have that kind of static access point, so that if people think it's the meeting night and it's not, they still find us or someone who can tell them who we are. So anyway, that is our upcoming events. I would like to move on to our member section, and we have a couple of new members to introduce. Oh,
I don't see any.
okay. Oh yeah.
And they're
So
not.
I guess then Jared is not on the call.
No.
All right. So then no new members. However, would like to welcome members who've completed the process. Mark Sardi, who's with us tonight, and James Capps, who I'm not sure if
James Capps is not present currently.
I don't believe James is in the chat. So, so welcome to both of you. We're glad to have you. And that is everything we wanted to cover tonight. So unless there's any emergency final comments that someone really needs to put in, thank you for attending our September 2023 general membership meeting, and go FamiLAB.
Go team!
Yeah.
Go team
Thank
venture.
you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. Look at those animated emojis. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is.
They're on this. Oh my god.
No, he's trying to catch him.
Oh boy.
My clicks are faster.
And that's the meeting.
Hold on, I need to change my skin
They're
tone.
kind of exploding now.
Yeah, if you click them too much, they explode at the bottom.
I think that's close to my skin tone.
See, now,
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
now I appreciate those 90s like be in a video game shows.
Wait,